Albert and Billy show on WUAT radio and channel 18 Valley TV. Hope everybody's having a good day today. How you doing, Papa?
Well, I was hoping you had directed that toward me also. Well, it's been a very hectic day.
Yeah.
It's when you don't have a wife to wash clothes.
Oh, you've been doing laundry, haven't you?
I've been doing women's work.
Yeah.
Woman's work.
I think you got it right the first time. Women's work.
And I don't even have it.
Women's work.
I don't have a dress.
Oh, thank God. Looks like it's going to do some raining out there.
For the next 5 days, I think.
I know, like scattered showers.
Or storms.
Yeah. Yesterday it stormed a little bit. It was lightning a lot.
Didn't get much rain though.
No, it just thundered and lightning and it went away. It was really weird. Just kind of blew over, didn't it?
Well, you know the reason you have these things like that, and then the hot days and cold days, and you know the reason you have it?
What? Wow.
It gives people something to talk about.
Yeah.
The weather.
That's true.
Number one source of conversation.
Probably so. Yeah. What about the weather? How's the weather? You hear that a lot. You really do. Okay, let's see what we got coming up here, folks. Radio listeners, Friday, May the 25th, Pikeville Boy Scout Troop 76 will hold its second annual spaghetti dinner. It will be held at the Senior Center from 5 to 7 p.m. They will have spaghetti and meatballs, salad, bread, desserts, and a drink. All proceeds benefit the Boy Scouts yearly programs. And also, children 2 years old to 8th grade are invited to get their game on at a Vacation Bible School at First Southern Baptist Church on Main Street. The fun will begin on May 21st and last through the 25th. It'll be from 6 to 8:30 each evening. If you need a ride to Vacation Bible School, call 447-2849. And the next open table at the Pikeville United Methodist Church. Come enjoy good old Sloppy Joe's, baked beans, applesauce, and homemade desserts. It will be on Tuesday, May 22nd from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. There's no charge, no offering, no sermon. It's nothing but friendship and food, and everyone is welcome.
That's next Tuesday.
Yeah, sure is. And this, okay, we got two more here. All right, radio listeners, be sure to go to the Senior Center Friday, May 25th. And we'll be filming, so viewers of the show, you'll be seeing us at the Senior Center in one of the upcoming episodes. We'll be filming on May 25th at the Senior Salad Luncheon at the Bledsoe Senior Center. This event is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They'll have homemade cornbread salad plus more variety of salads, it says, plus turkey. What's that? Is that galat? What is that?
Gelatins.
Gelatins.
That's like Jello, you know.
Yeah, it's never been on this sheet before until this time, so it really threw me off.
I've never seen it before.
No, a variety of sandwiches, homemade desserts, and a drink. You get all this for the affordable price of $6 a plate. Once again, that's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come see me and Papa at the Senior Center as we'll be filming that day an episode of the Albert and Billy Show. And on June 29th and 30th, this is going to be a Friday and Saturday. It's the 7th annual Bledsoe Summer Bash and Toy Drive is what it says. 7th annual. This is at the Lucky Star event venue, which is located on 6086 Upper East Valley Road. They'll have performances by Don Poobah, Mealer is his name, CC Stomp, Chris Gomez, Dr. Vibe, Black Cat Moon, and Naked Funk, your favorite. Bring a chair and swimsuit. You can fish, catch and release, and you can go swimming in the lake. You can get on a canoe if you want to, or ride paddle boards. Sounds like a good time. And they're also going to have a cornhole tournament. There'll be raffles, vendors, and an auction. Gates will open at 4 p.m. Friday and 12 noon on Saturday. This is June 29th and 30th. Music, food, and kid-friendly fun. Food will be provided by My Brother's Grill. And they will have a fireworks show also.
Wow, that's early 4th of July.
Yeah, I agree. Any questions, call Kelledy. Her number is 423-762-3097. That's 762-3097. Admission is a monetary donation or new unwrapped toy. Suggested $10 per person. All proceeds go to the children of Bledsoe County.
7th annual, they're doing a good job.
So they've been doing good, yes.
I think it'd take you 10 minutes, maybe 15 to drive up there.
Yeah, at least 10, at least.
Probably be worth it.
Oh yeah, Lucky Star is a really nice place. Really nice.
But the catch and release goes against my religion.
Oh, it does?
When I catch a fish, I want to eat it.
Right. Well, we'll have to ban you from that event.
Or I can stick it in my pocket.
Yeah.
At the Mount Crest Fire Hall this Saturday, there will be a country breakfast, and it's located out at the intersection of Highway 30 West and Route 101. There will be a breakfast for 4 hours, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Eat till you drop. The menu will consist of bacon and sausage, eggs and hash browns, with biscuits and gravy and homemade jelly.
I knew
There
that was
is
coming.
butter for your biscuits and coffee and milk to slush it down.
And they also have orange juice too. They just never put it on there.
They do have orange juice. I made myself a mental note to say that, but my mentality
You forgot.
misfired. The proceeds are for the fire department out there on the mountain, and they want you to call 911 if you have an emergency.
Out there on the mountain, out at Mount Crest.
At the mountain. Okay, we have a local junior in our high school here that
Yes, she's
has
needs some help to go on a trip to Ireland.
Okay, this is a goal to discover insights that might help us better navigate conflict in our own country.
Yes.
I would take it then that
She's talking
Ireland,
about the conflict of Northern Ireland, remember?
right,
Talking about how that got settled.
and it was a long time ago.
Right.
But you remember it?
I learned about it.
You learned about
I don't know if I remember it, but I did remember learning about it in school.
If she's a junior now, she'll be a senior next
Year.
Elizabeth Fortune
That's her
is
name.
currently seeking donations to fund her participation in this journey of faith and
Yes.
reconciliation program. It's located in Belfast, Ireland,
Yep.
and it's hosted by Emory YTI Impact. That's the Youth Theological Initiative, YTI. The dates that she will be gone will be from June the 17th to the 28th. That's a 12-day stay.
Well, that makes sense if you're going all the way to Ireland.
Well, and you got to learn some things.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to explore the troubles of Northern Ireland and how the people of Belfast have moved from violent conflict to peaceful processes of working through conflict. Maybe North Korea and South Korea could go with her. just their leaders.
Oh, I'm sure she'd love that. Not.
The cost for her will be
They got a laugh out of alley.
the cost for her will be $4,200 plus the travel
Yeah.
to Atlanta and back, and they have already collected almost half of it. They've got nearly $2,000.
Well, that's good.
So it's going
Halfway
well.
there.
We got till June to handle this. But this
Well,
is
they need, if people are going to donate, get on it.
right.
Because she'll have to know something, I'm sure, before that date.
I wonder how many youth will be involved in the trip. It doesn't give you an idea.
No,
It just says it's a rare opportunity
it is.
for youth
Yeah.
across the country, so it's not just a local deal.
Right, right.
But
well, I hope
will,
she gets to go. I hope she gets to go.
says she will be
trip.
representing our small community on a grand international stage. And like I say, it's going to be a 12-day deal.
Mm-hmm.
But the donations that you give will go directly for her travel fees and expenses associated with the trip. And here's how you get the donation delivered to her door.
That's important info right there, Papa.
Elizabeth Fortune, in care of Rachel Martin. Do you know who Rachel Martin is?
Mm-hmm. You do too.
I do. She used to call me preacher. Rachel Martin, 857 Main Street, Pikeville, Tennessee, 37367. Or you can do it online if you know how to spell computer.
So you can't do it.
And I'm not going to.
Oh heck! I'm shocked.
HTTPS /
Where are we at here? Oh, yeah, you're saying it right. HTTPS /www.gofundme.com/YTI Journey to Belfast. There we go.
That GoFundMe deal works for a lot of people, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Allie's really laughing at this.
Well, you know, I've not ever tried it, but I'm through thinking about it. I might even fly a plane if I could get it.
Are you laughing at him trying to say that web page?
www.
That was funny. That was pretty good.
But I can say the flea and the fly and a flicker.
Yeah, you're talented at that one.
I came across that again last night and read it again. Community yard sale is going to be at the Mount Crest United Methodist Church.
A lot going on out there.
They stay busy.
They do.
I wouldn't want to be a member of that church. They work you to death.
Right.
32979 Route 30 West. Route or route? Route. It's located next to Mary Wheeler Elementary School. That's Mary V. Wheeler.
Yeah, I think they forgot the V, didn't
It's
they?
going to be.
I was wondering why you said it like that.
Well, you know what? That's that lady that donated that land was kin to Myrtle Lee.
The Mary Wheeler?
Yeah.
Mary V. Wheeler?
The Wheeler.
Okay, I didn't know that.
But Myrtle Lee was a Wheeler.
Yeah. I guess I'm connect the dots there.
June 8th and 9th. That's going to be from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 6-hour deal. They're going to have a bake sale along with hot dogs, chips, and drinks. The yard sale, you have a bake sale, and you have food to eat along with your dessert. It shows a cherry pie.
It does, don't it?
I like cherry pies smothered with vanilla ice cream.
That does sound good, Papa.
Call me when it's ready.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's hear last week's trivia.
Boy, you like that trivia, don't you?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes, but sometimes it's crazy. Crazy, I tell
But
you.
now, weren't you proud of Starlet?
Star and Gail.
Yeah, both.
Gail did good in that trivia.
How about that?
Star was with us on the Albertology part, though. She done good too.
I was really proud of her. All right.
That was a good episode.
There is another word for podium, and it has 4 letters in it.
Craply. That's not it, though, is it? Pulpit.
No, pulpit is just in a church.
We guessed that last week, Allie.
You don't use a pulpit to.
I know. My lifeline told me that. Okay. So chill out. Chill out.
People out here may know that real well. They've had a week to think about it.
Well, I forgot. Stage.
DAIS. DAIS.
Huh?
DAIS.
What in the world's that?
You don't believe me, do you? And she doesn't believe me.
Well, what kind of word's that?
Well, look. Let's look it up between now and next week.
Yeah, I believe we will. How do you even pronounce that?
DAIS.
DAIS?
DAIS.
I've never heard anybody call it that.
Well,
I need you to take the DAIS and speak.
You probably have never dealt with me much before.
Well, that's not true.
And you know what?
I'm surprised I don't know all these crazy words.
Do you possibly think this might be another mistake? besides the one I made?
No, I believe you. I just don't know where in the sound will you come up with that word.
I don't know myself. Second question. She's going to look it up.
She did look it up. It's true.
Linguine. Is it true?
Listen, name, is it true?
Linguine, zita, and angel hair are all
Pasta.
types of pasta. And I left out macaroni.
You did. That's some good pasta.
That would have tipped you off.
Man, it is pouring down the rain outside of our studio here.
Oh, you got a bed in here?
No kidding.
We'll have to spend
It
it up.
is pouring down the rain.
Next question.
We said scattered storms. We wasn't kidding, was we?
Yeah, showers and storms. A 747 or a DC-10 describes what kind of plane?
Jet.
Jet plane. Give me the
Leaving on a jet plane.
Give me the first name of two men in show business whose last names were Asner and Sullivan.
Ed.
Nobody could say show like Ed Sullivan. We've got a really big show.
Show.
He wouldn't say show. He'd say show.
Show. Ed Sullivan show.
And his hair was always combed back with hair cream.
Oh,
Man, I mean,
like gel.
Of course, it was black and white, you know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, if I
But it was color some too.
well, it had to be later.
Yeah, because that show was around forever.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the Beatles got their start there, the Jackson 5.
Yeah, probably so.
If I supply the last name of a brand of cake you buy at the grocery store, give me the first name, and the last name is Lee.
Sarah.
Sarah Lee. I remember when it hit the stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. You're probably working at the grocery store.
I remember when black pepper was made.
You're just a boy then, wasn't you?
A mermaid's domain is the
sea.
The sea or the ocean.
My lifeline helped
Have you
me
ever
with that
seen a
one.
mermaid?
No. When I do, I'll be sure to take a picture and prove it's a mermaid so I can get rich.
Well, you want to talk to her and get her name.
You dang right I will.
If you belong to a country club, you must pay fees to belong. And another word for what you pay is?
I think we struggled with this one.
There's 4 letters.
You done said fees, haven't you?
But another way of saying what you...
dues.
Your dues.
Yes,
you pay your fees, you pay your dues.
Okay.
And they come due once a year. Hey, you know what? I can remember friends of mine that went to a certain church in town.
Mm-hmm.
They had a... If you gave to the church regularly, you remember the church and you supported the church, they had a catch-up Sunday.
Catch-up Sunday.
You know what the catch-up Sunday was for?
To catch up on the money.
Yeah. If you had gotten behind in what you had pledged to give,
Right.
they wanted you to put it on the line, buddy.
They weren't there serving ketchup, were they?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't that kind of ketchup.
How do you spell
was it?
ketchup?
Ketchup.
That's one way.
Oh gosh, what's your way?
CATSUP.
Oh, okay.
You look at a Hunt's bottle and you look at a Heinz bottle. Two
Yeah, they
spells.
spell different.
Which one's the slowest?
Which one's the slowest?
You run a test, you pour them out.
Oh, I don't know.
Heinz is the slowest.
Is it?
The things you're learning today. Okay.
So much knowledge.
Complete this saying.
Okay.
To and...
Two. Oh, this one was crazy. To and fro.
To and fro. To and fro.
I'm glad you remember that because last week I was like, what in the world are you talking about?
In Africa, if you are an African and you take WUAT on a trek hunting, what is the
safari.
proper?
Safari.
You take him on a safari, whether it's a lion or an ape or a rhinoceros. Why would you want to kill a rhinoceros? Get that one horn.
Yeah.
Last question. The first half of Leo Tolstoy's gigantic classic work of literature is War, and you give me
Remembrance
You give me the second half of the
Peace.
War and Peace. You're good, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not.
Now you want today's trivia?
Well, we will do today's trivia, but it'll be after the commercial break.
Oh, we're gonna break. I mean, we're gonna rest.
Yeah, it's time for a commercial break, but join us next for this week's trivia on the Albert and Billy
Be
Show.
more of the same.
Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Katie Burns and I'm excited to talk with you today about how to live well.
Okay, welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube.
My name is Brianna Scott and I'm the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent for UT Extension in Bledsoe County.
Hello, I'm Allie Pursley here with Channel 18 Valley TV, and today we're here at the Sequatchie County Veterans Memorial Park to discuss with you about the history of Veterans Day.
It is also
The United States annually observes Veterans Day on November the 11th.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show. As we're sitting here watching it, it looks like a dang flood outside, doesn't it?
I saw 2 giraffes and 2 elephants go by.
Yeah, no kidding. It is coming down out there. Hopefully it won't be around too much longer though.
But where is it we got to go to get in that ark?
Somewhere in Kentucky,
Elizabethtown? or-
Elizabethtown, Kentucky. I remember you talking about that.
They've got that ark, Noah's Ark, right up there.
Well, we could have one here today.
People would be begging to get in, and
Yes.
hey, it's going to flood.
It is pouring down the rain, plus thunder, plus lightning. So maybe it's supposed to move on out though. That's the good news. The Albert and Billy Show is brought to you by the Pig and Catch on North Main Street, Scotty's in downtown Pikeville, home of the Scotty Burger. The offices of Michael Walker, Emma Boynton, Rustic Roots, Posh Beauty Company, Marvin Smith in the Highway Department. It's Lola's. She is pretty close to us, just a hop skipping away down the street.
You'd get wet though.
We'd get wet going there today, wouldn't we? Bilberry Insurance on Spring Street. They gave you them pecans there.
Thank you, Susan.
Yeah. That was nice of her. Subway on the bypass. I want to thank them for, they've been a long time sponsor. The Loom. Miss Judy next door, right next door to us. You can go there for all your fabric needs pretty much. Quilting, fabric, flowers.
I use them to do alterations.
Yeah, alterations. They do
I
that.
used to have to let clothes out as I got bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm having to take them in.
I bet. And also thank you to the Farmhouse Chandelier Cafe and Gifts. They're right behind us here at WUAT. And Citizens Tri-County Bank on North Main Street.
Did you mention Janice?
Oh, Janice, yes. I know, it's not on here anymore. We'll have to write that down. Because she definitely picked up where Carolyn left off. Janice sat. I want to thank you too, as well, Janice. And now it will be time for this week's trivia.
Okay, I'm ready if you are.
I'm sure you are.
All right.
Let's hear it.
There's a very famous work of literature, and the name of the literature is Moby Dick. Moby Dick was the name of a whale
Right.
in the story, central figure. But there was a whaler. There was a man that wanted to kill Moby Dick. What was his name?
Allie, you're the literature buff here. She's not read Moby Dick, dang it.
Oh my goodness, that's a sin. Number 2, question number 2.
I don't have any idea.
Finish this ditty. La-dee-da.
Da.
La-dee-dee-da. Who is the foal of a matador in English and also in Spanish?
Who is the foal of
a matador?
A bull?
A bull, but that's English.
What'd you say, Allie?
Also, what a bull is the foal of a matador. But what is the name of the bull in Spanish?
I don't know. I don't speak Spanish.
El Toro.
Okay, good
Toro.
job.
Okay, question number 3. What month belongs to the lowly groundhog in the United States?
February.
February.
Yeah, definitely.
A pig's
Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. A pig's digs would be his.
Hoofs.
A pig's digs.
Dang it, Allie.
Where are your digs?
Feet.
Where
Hands.
What are your digs?
I don't know what your digs are. What's a dig?
Where you sleep. Your digs. You've not heard that? You're not hip.
I've not heard that.
A pig's digs is his.
Bed.
Well, what do you call it?
Sty.
Sty.
A pig sty.
Pig sty. You never heard a pad called a dig? The dig.
No, I really
Look
haven't.
that up somewhere.
Okay.
Next
I had
question.
to research it.
The author of countless Western novels is a man by the name of Zane. 4 letters.
Zane,
He
4
wrote
letters.
more books than can be counted, and they're all Westerns. Go down to the library.
4 letters.
He's not writing nowadays, but the novels are still there.
Gosh,
Okay.
I don't know.
3 of the most explosive letters in the alphabet are.
Now you're gonna have to explain that.
Most explosive letters in the alphabet.
What makes them explosive?
You don't know. You don't know.
No, I don't. I don't get it.
What kind of explosive can you tell me the name of an explosive that miners use or that people use in building roads? To
Dynamite?
or dynamite, or what's another name for dynamite?
C4.
It's got 3 letters.
Oh, TNT. Okay, now I'm with you.
Now tell me what the TNT stands for. I don't know. That'd be good. That'd be a good question.
Yeah.
But can you think of 3 more letters in the English language more explosive than TNT?
Yeah, but I had to think about what you meant by that. That was a tough question.
Oh,
Wasn't it, Alex?
my knack is not wording them perfectly.
I know.
My knack is letting them come to me and writing them down. Next question. If you give a non-verbal okay, how do you do it?
A non-verbal okay, you can nod your head,
Nod your head, and how else?
thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Or a wink.
Yeah, that'd work too.
Okay. What? Now listen to this one. Now listen closely.
Okay.
What? I know where this came from. What animal is known as a barnyard rooter?
A barnyard rooter.
Not a rooster. A barnyard rooter.
A pig.
A pig or a hog. They root. They root under a fence.
Yeah, they will.
That's the reason they put some metal in their nose, I think, to keep them from rooting so much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Next question. Next question. This last one. One of the 5 lakes has only 4 letters. Which lake has 4 letters? Now, I'm not going to ask you to name all 5 of them.
The Great Lakes, right?
The Great Lakes. Go starts way up, and then in the Canadian border.
Yeah, and I've been to that lake. I can't think of it.
This one comes all the way down into the United States. I mean, into
I've been to the
New
one on
York,
the Canadian border.
Pennsylvania.
I can't think of the name of it.
Okay.
The Great Lakes. Where I was at that dang lake. Or is the one on the Canadian border the one you're talking about?
Well, no, I said this comes down into the United States, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and New York, upstate New York.
But it's 4 letters.
Huron is one, Ontario is one, Lake Michigan is one, Lake Superior is one.
Lake Superior.
I named 4 of them. And
Lake Erie.
Lake Erie.
Yeah. Okay, that's
I named 4 of them. There was one left.
I only had Superior and Erie in my brain. I couldn't think of the others.
Okay. Now, are you ready for sports?
Yes, we are.
Sports of all sorts.
Yes, we are.
You realize this is a short
Because
week.
the Celtics are winning right now, so I am ready for sports.
Well, let's
Allie's favorite part of the show.
she brings her bed with her just to use during this
I
discussion.
know. We gotta get her to liking sports.
You know what? I think Patricia says she goes to sleep during sports. Let's touch on golf just a minute.
So, okay.
Last weekend was the Players Championship tournament at Ponte Verde Beach in Florida.
Okay.
This tournament is the richest tournament on the PGA circuit, just short of $2 million for one tournament. It's 4 days work, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the fellow that won it, his name was Webb Simpson. But the big news is Tiger Woods got within 4 shots of the lead, and the man started the day with a 7-shot lead.
Okay.
And so people were thinking, boy, this is going to work.
Right.
But Tiger wound up tied for 11th with 5 other players.
Gosh.
So he only won $225,000, bless his heart.
Yeah. I don't feel sorry for him at all.
But it was a big tournament, the Players Championship. Okay. Let's talk basketball.
Yes, let's do that.
Four teams
Go
left
Celtics.
standing are the Boston Celtics, and
That's
they're
right.
playing the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Currently up 2-0.
Right, there's been 2 games under their belt, and so far Boston is on top 2-0.
That's right. Game
Last-
1 was actually a blowout.
It was a blowout. King James only got 15 points in the first game. However, he reversed the
Yes,
scoring
he
last
did.
night, and he was himself.
Yes.
He got 42 points.
42 points.
But he got beat.
But they still lost.
Still got beat. So
'Cause
here's the thing
Celtics
about
have
it.
balanced scoring.
They do.
And
They do.
they all can score, so that helps them.
I think the score was 107 to 90 something.
Yes, 107 to 91, I believe.
Anyway, yeah, it was 11-point differential. That's double digits.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was a nail biter if you win by
No.
double digits.
Celtics pulled away in the second half.
Here's the thing. The Boston franchise has a reputation. Out of their 17 championships, can you imagine? You've never been to the Boston
Garden. No,
But
never
can-
been to the Boston
Can you
Garden.
imagine seeing 17 championship flags up in the
Yeah,
rafters?
that's awesome.
Yeah. But here's the thing
They've
about
won
it.
more than anybody.
They have set the pace. But also, they have never lost a series when they're leading 2-0.
That's right. So I hope that trend continues. Let's put it that way.
I was just trying to
Definitely.
make you feel good.
It does make me feel good. It definitely increases our chances, I feel like.
Okay, then the other 2 teams that are involved in the 4 teams that are left would be the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Club.
Rockets.
And right now, I think the second game is tonight, but Golden
Yes.
State's ahead 1-0.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, I have a feeling that Golden State's going to play Boston.
I don't know.
Don't you?
I do. I would like to see Houston upset them, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Because they've got Curry back now, and they're playing championship basketball again.
Well, if you are a pro, you should be able to play championship basketball.
Yeah, I agree with
When
that.
you get to this stage, if you have this many people watching you and this much money on the line, and what people make next year is being figured out here,
Yeah,
don't you know you want to do your darn dead level best?
of course. Yeah.
So with everyone on the floor, you can only have 5 out there at a time, but you've got a bench that's supposed to come in there and give you a spark.
Supposed to.
They better be doing it right now.
Yeah, they better.
Better be doing
They
it.
better all be playing well to pull that upset off.
Okay. I told you a good while ago that I had a magazine
Yeah, I see that.
of the 50 greatest living athletes.
Living athletes. Okay.
So I want to give you a few of those today because my sports fodder was mighty weak from Friday to Wednesday.
Well, not enough has happened.
That's right. But I'm not,
Rafael Nadal is a great tennis player.
I'm not going to go with number 1, but I'm going to go with number 2. Number 2 was Jim Brown.
Jim Brown right there. Okay.
He played for Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
Okay, Jim Brown is 81 years old now.
Haven't we talked about him before on this show at one time?
I've not discussed any of these yet.
Maybe not from this, but I believe you have
Oh.
talked about him
I
before,
might have
maybe in
talked about him.
trivia.
Might
Maybe.
have. But he's still scary to look at. They do. He's built like a bank vault, it says. But it's there was a time when a would-be tackler jammed a finger inside his face mask, and he nearly bit the finger off. And he said, "What's outside my mask belongs to him. What's inside my mask belongs to me."
Dang.
He's considered by many, not all,
Yeah.
to be the NFL's greatest player of all time.
Whoa.
That covers a lot of territory.
Yes, it
Covers
does.
a lot of territory.
Yes, it does. And he played for Cleveland.
Yeah,
Is that like the last time they were ever any good?
probably.
Because they're never any good anymore, that's for sure.
And here's a reminder that this list that we've got, the 50,
Yeah.
would be very different. Like say he was going to bite that man's finger off.
Mm-hmm.
If we hadn't decided to eliminate all the players who cheated or worse. If you wonder why
Oh,
Pete
yeah.
Rose is not included, you don't know who all is included. But players like
Well, Pete Rose,
Pete
yeah,
Rose,
it could be because of gambling.
Mike Tyson, O.J. Simpson,
Oh, yeah, definitely not him.
Vic, the quarterback,
Michael Vick, yeah.
Lance, the cyclist. We
Yes,
talked
Lance
about him.
Armstrong.
Bonds, Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
So
Mark McGuire.
that's
They
the
all
reason.
cheated.
That's the reason that a lot of the players that will go through this won't be there in your thinking they should be. Should be considered as a. Think of how many hits Pete Rose got, more than anybody ever got in their life.
Barry Bonds had a great career too.
Barry Bonds. Well, O.J. Simpson did.
Yeah, he really messed up. But Barry Bonds like to have never admitted that he used steroids. They had to pry it out of him. He was not going to admit that for nothing.
Well, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to admit it either. All right, now number 3 player that's alive is Mia Hamm.
Soccer.
You've heard of her.
Mm-hmm.
She's good. Here's the reason she was selected as one of the top 50.
Okay.
She's the greatest soccer player, man or woman,
Wow.
that the United States ever produced.
Dang. Well, she's been in a few Olympics, hasn't she?
Well, she's won 4 NCAA titles and 2 gold medals,
Okay.
2 World Cups. So
Oh yeah, they won the World Cup recently.
So she's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now tennis breaks into here.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the number 4 player in the world, Rafael Nadal.
Yeah. He's a great player.
Okay.
Him and Roger Federer.
He's included too.
Yeah, I figured he would be.
He is the most powerful player ever to step on the court. Now that's the opinion of whoever chose
Right.
these players. I don't know.
Right.
And he's the most mentally tough.
That part probably is true.
Never, ever, 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 ever quitting on a single point.
Mm-hmm.
That's how tough he is mentally.
Yeah.
And he usually waits until his opponent quits.
He is a great clay court player. He's
Wimbledon-
won the French Open a lot.
Okay,
lot.
They say his greatest win was the Wimbledon over
Federer.
Federer in 2008.
2008, yes, that match lasted forever.
Okay,
It was
number
a great match, too.
4. I don't understand Mike Trout being selected number 4.
I don't even know who Mike Trout is.
Okay, that's the reason. He's a baseball. He's a baseball player, and he's good.
Obviously.
They say he's Mickey Mantle incarnate. Mickey Mantle has stepped back on the diamond to play ball in the form of Mike Trout. Of course, you don't remember Mickey Mantle,
No, heard of him though.
but Trout treats warning tracks like trampolines and walls like suggestions, robbing more homers in a season than most guys steal in a career.
Dang.
He is good, but I don't understand him being number 5.
So high on the list.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never even heard of him.
Number 6 is Michael Johnson. Track.
Oh, okay.
Track gets in here.
Well, they deserve to be.
He was so dominant in the 204-meter race, winning both with ease in the 1996 Olympics, that he made America forget for a while about the sexier 100-meter. That's what was the one that ran the 100 meter, the fastest human?
Oh, you've talked about him a lot.
Usain Bolt.
Yes.
See, that's the glamour track event, the 100 meter.
Okay.
You want to see who can get there the quickest. But his speed, his specialty was the 200 and 400 meter.
That'd be more endurance.
Right. Okay. And he wore gold shoes.
Well, must have worked. There's
Okay.
Roger Federer.
Okay, Roger Federer. He's number 7.
He's a great player.
Would you rank him better than Nadal?
Yes.
I started to say now, isn't it something that, of course, it's something that 2 out of the top 10 are in the field of tennis too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? How long?
Well, they both are very successful, but he's won more Grand Slams than anybody, though. So I think you have to go with him because of that.
In a grueling finals at Wimbledon, how many hours could they play? Do they play?
That one, oh gosh, that one in 2008.
Sometimes can go 3-4 hours.
Oh
can't it?
yeah, I believe it was like close to 5 hours.
So can you imagine comparing his physique and his expenditure strength-wise from his body to perform like he does?
Mm-hmm.
That would be greater than a baseball player or greater
Exactly. Exactly.
So
I agree with that.
So I'm glad they
100%.
picked 2 of the top 10 in the field of
Definitely.
tennis.
You got to be in shape.
You'd have to be. Of course, run up and down the basketball court, but that's just 40 minutes.
Exactly.
I don't know number 8, Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a
I either.
I believe it's soccer,
Okay.
but I don't know anything about him. But there's Roger Federer.
Yeah.
Boy, he's good. Okay.
Well, we'll reveal some more.
Well,
We'll have to keep doing that each week.
let me give Nick 2 more.
Okay.
Cheryl Miller, women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And
Reggie Miller's sister.
she's a 3-time National Player of the Year when she played at OSC.
USC.
USC.
Yeah, Southern
University.
California. Won
And
2 national championships.
says she was the best athlete by far. And that
was her
includes
generation.
the Major League Baseball catcher Darryl and ex-NBA assassin and Hall of Famer Reggie. That's her
sibling.
sibling.
Yes.
She once scored 105 points in a game.
Goodness.
That had been in high school. And then Dr. J.
That's still crazy.
Number 10 is Dr. J.
Oh, I remember him.
Julius Irving
Philadelphia 76ers.
is the one that invented from the foul line floater to the hook that Michael Jordan made so famous.
But it was invented by Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Yes.
He played for Philadelphia.
Yep.
And in 1976, in the ABA dunk contest, he did that. That's when he introduced that leap from the foul line to
Oh,
dunking.
okay. Yeah, it shows a picture of him doing that.
And it'll be 12 years later that Michael Jordan will do it. 12
Really?
years later.
Wow.
But boy, I'll tell you, Michael Jordan made it.
Well, he did, but he must have paid attention to Dr. J playing.
I'd say.
He had to get that move from him.
To know to do it.
Exactly.
Well, that's sports of all sorts.
All right. Well, coming up, folks, after the break, it'll be Albertology right here
Be
on
right
the
back.
Albert and Billy Show.
I'll take care of less today, Dylan. Oh, no, I lost my debit card.
Hey, use that new Mountain Valley Bank app we got. You know, Card Valet. You can freeze your card so nobody can use it till you find it.
That's a good idea, Dylan. Where was the last place I used my debit card?
I don't know. Hurry up. I can't stay this late for error. I feel like I'm doing the mannequin challenge. I'm gonna end up with lockjaw. Thank God.
The app freezes my debit card, Dylan, not you.
Oh,
Dana Thompson and her family just finished construction on their second new home with River Valley Ag Credit. Side by side, we ensured they got a quality, lasting home. You see, Dana and Brady have 2 daughters who rely on them.
And we rely on River Valley Ag Credit.
Rely on River Valley Ag Credit, serving Western Kentucky and Tennessee farmers for decades.
Lending support for generations, River Valley Ag Credits.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV. You know, I've left out a sponsor. We got a new sponsor for our show, the Cowboy Church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, down
It's down
way
in
down the
Sequatchie
valley.
County.
Yeah, the Cowboy Church.
They meet on Saturday.
Yes, yes, they have a show each month. You know, now through November.
It's kind of spectacular.
It is, and they are interested in us doing a show there too.
Oh, come
Allie,
on.
I meant to tell you that. Yeah, they want us to film there.
Wow.
That would be a
They
good,
they
that'd
have
be
they
nice.
stand up and ride their horses.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty
Sounds
neat.
like it.
Yeah. But anyway, it is time for Albertology.
Albertology, right.
And you said you got a lot of la-la.
Well, I've had these for a good while.
I guess, is it jokes or quotes or what is it?
Well, quotes, but
Okay.
there's some pretty funny ones here.
Well,
So
that's good. That's good.
I'm attributing them to Lala rather than
Okay.
taking credit myself.
Okay.
So if one of them stinks, it's Lala's, and if you clap, it's Lala. One day, you'll be just a memory for some people.
Okay.
Do your best to make it a good one.
Yeah. I agree with that.
People die all the time. They're memories that no one can steal from you.
Right.
So make your memories good ones.
That's right.
Number 2, choose a job that you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
That's true.
I like that.
Very true.
Animals are such agreeable friends. They ask no questions. They hand out no criticism.
That's true too. I like that.
I read somewhere that a love of a dog and a love of a girlfriend. There's 3 things that you love and want to love you, and I think the dog won out.
Well, they do love us. All they want is for us to love on them. Basically,
Yeah.
That's all they need to make them happy.
And they're not like wives. That dog does not worry about if you've got a hair on your lapel, or if you've got some perfume that your wife can detect.
Right.
The dog don't bother that
The dog don't care one
And
bit.
the dog
does
does not bring any in-laws in with it.
No.
And if you put both of them, you put
It
your
just wants
dog,
to please you.
if you
The
put your
just
dog
wants
and
to
your
please
wife
you.
in a garage and lock them up for 3 hours, which one you think would be happy to see you?
The dog.
I rest my case. Okay. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song.
Okay.
We don't have a rooster, but I have heard birds singing.
In the mornings.
Outside, yeah.
Yes.
No happy time is really gone if it leaves a special memory.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows.
That is true.
You can lead a man to knowledge, but you cannot make him think. If a woman speaks and no one is listening, chances are it's a mom. Listen to this now. A teenager for sale comes equipped with rolling eyes,
Yeah.
deep sighs, sarcastic comments, plays video games, can text 200 words per minute. No reasonable offer will be refused. And they turn teenager at 13.
Yeah.
They stay that way till they're 20.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, it's okay to not know, but it's not okay to not try.
Right. Right.
Dinosaurs did not read. Do you ever wonder why they're extinct?
Really?
These are la-la. Tell me what goes.
Blame it on Lala. Oh man.
Okay. You should know. You should be able to complete this. If I say Fleetwood,
Mac.
but when I started working at the grocery store, it's Fleetwood Coffee. The Fleetwood Coffee man came. They sold direct off their truck. They'd drive here from Chattanooga, and they'd go to the store and say, "You need any coffee today?" Well, the salesman came in there one week and he had instant coffee. We never had Fleetwood instant coffee. And I said, "I'm sorry, sir, I can't buy any. I don't have where to put it on the shelf."
Yeah.
He said, "What you need is a shelf extender." I said, "You're right." I said, "You give me a shelf extender and I'll buy it." He went out in his car and brought me in a metal shelf extender that you could put on your shelf and extend your shelf out 6 more inches.
Was
So I had
this the
to buy-
salesman? He was determined, wasn't he?
I had to buy the coffee.
He had to then.
The
You shouldn't have said that.
Fleetwood Coffee.
You
Okay,
shouldn't have told him that.
the last one.
I
No,
bet you were shocked when he come in.
I was. Never heard of a shelf extender. Her last one.
Okay.
No one is perfect. That's the reason we have erasers.
That's right.
In 1928, Walt Disney introduced us to Mickey Mouse.
Really?
Before talkies hit, but Walt Disney introduced the world to Mickey Mouse on
In 1928.
May the 15th. I mean, day before yesterday. No, it'd been yesterday, wouldn't it?
And yesterday.
1928.
Wow. So like, what, 80 years ago?
I hadn't counted it up.
No,
28.
70 years ago? I don't know.
No, it'd be more than that. 72 and 18.
90 years ago.
Yeah.
90 years ago, yeah.
Okay. The 5 worst states for opiates are all in the South.
All of them.
And
Wow.
Tennessee's right smack dab in the middle, number 3.
I see that.
But Alabama's number
Alabama.
1. They are issuing 108 prescriptions for every 100 people.
Alabama is?
Yeah.
Or all of them? Well, Alabama more so, I guess.
So no, 121.
Tennessee's 108. Alabama's
Tennessee
121.
But for 100 people, so somebody's getting more.
Yeah, definitely.
But Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana is your 5 leading states. But today I read where the Attorney General of Tennessee and about 5 other states have sued the pharmaceutical company that came up with one of these opiates and misled the doctors and everybody with what they would do, and they would not be addictive and all that.
Yeah,
but
see,
a lot
they lie.
of people have lost their lives.
Yeah. They shouldn't lie about stuff like that.
So it's-
But they do because all they care about is money.
Well, yeah, most people are in it for money.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Speaking
yeah.
of money, Bruce Springsteen makes $75 million
Wait, a year?
a year.
Bruce Springsteen does?
Franklin Graham, Billy Graham's son, makes $603,000 a year. Let's see. Here's some more.
I mean, I could see Bruce Springsteen making that kind of money in the 80s but not so much now.
Can
It's
you
a lot of
believe-
money.
That's a lot of money.
he's not-
75 million. He's not the Hoss anymore, is he?
Oh no, I mean he's a legend, though.
Yeah, he's a legend. Here's a
I didn't think he'd make that much money.
here's a
year.
teenager. Boy, 12 years old.
Jack, but
He founded Jack Stands and Marketplaces, and he makes $18,500 a year. It
he's
started
12 years old.
started out as a lemonade stand,
Whoa.
and what it was is when he was 8 years old, people couldn't say no to an 8-year-old boy.
Yeah, yeah.
So it just grew into business and helped other kids get started, and now he makes $18,500 a year.
That is crazy right there now.
But listen, more than that, animals, what they make. I talked about Mickey Mouse a minute ago.
Oh yeah. He makes 178 billion.
178. That's estimated.
That's his net worth. That's his
worth.
net worth. That's different.
Of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, that's not yearly. That's what they're worth now.
Walt Disney invented him during a train ride from Manhattan to Hollywood, and his wife wanted the name to be Morning Mouse.
Morning Mouse.
Mortimer Mouse.
Mortimer Mouse.
And it didn't work. And the third name was Steamboat Willie. So me like Steamboat Willie was the first. That was the first movie, the first little thing that they made. It was called Steamboat Willie.
Oh really?
But
Well, he must have finally settled on Mickey.
can you imagine $178 billion is what Disney's turned into?
That's yeah.
Stuart Little, the
That's
little
a lot
mouse.
of money.
You remember the little mouse, Stuart Little?
Yes.
$476 million box office earnings.
Wow.
It is unreal what animals can make, and humans too.
And cartoon characters. Yeah.
The wedding, the big wedding. That's
The royal wedding.
The fairy tale wedding.
It's coming up pretty
That's
soon, I believe.
Harry and Meghan.
Is it this weekend, Alice?
All right. The cost. The celebration is estimated to cost $45 million.
That's ridiculous.
Just to get married.
That's ridiculous.
Most of that's going for security.
Well, I mean, they're going to need that, yeah. But I don't think 45 million is going to be spent on security.
And you know what? It don't last all that long, but you're married for life.
Yeah, $45 million for a 30-minute wedding, if that.
Well, it might last longer than that. I don't know.
Probably not much, though.
Have you ever heard of?
Since it's a royal wedding. though.
You've heard of Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs.
I think so.
Well, he made a fortune, and then didn't he sell out to some company?
Oh, okay.
Didn't he sell out?
Apple. Yeah.
It does not make sense. I work my puzzle every day. It does not make sense to hire smart people and then you tell them what to do. We hire smart people to tell us what to do.
I like that.
The top employers in the United States, according to Forbes magazine,
Forbes.
are Michelin,
Tires. Okay.
Trader Joe's, that's a grocery chain. I never heard of them.
Never heard of it.
Google is number 3.
Yeah, okay. Heard of that, of course.
Principal Financial, I didn't realize they were that big.
Nope.
And Costco, wholesaler. But included in the top rankings of the top 500, Blue Cross, Mohawk, and Shaw. They're all local in this area. And Blue Cross has boosted their pay, minimum wage, to $15 an hour. That's going to cause some ripples.
Yes, it is.
Because Blue Cross is one of the largest employers anywhere around.
That's real good. Minimum wage is $15 with them.
And the jobless.
That's way above the minimum wage too.
17 counties around Tennessee, around Bledsoe County. Starting with Hamilton County. The jobless rate, we're bottom. We are bottom with 5.8%. That's not good.
No.
Okay, we want stories now, or how much time do we have? Jokes.
What have you got there?
In Montgomery, Alabama, they have built a museum for the lynching that went on.
I see that.
Going all the way back to 1877.
Okay.
4,400 blacks were lynched between 1877 and 1950.
How many again?
4,400.
Gosh.
And they say that many of them were innocent.
Well, that's even worse.
But anyway, they have built a museum that's going to help, they hope, the situation in America about racism. Whites wouldn't talk about it because of shame. Blacks wouldn't talk about it because of fear.
Right.
So here is a black and white evidence of 4,400 that their lives were taken from them by lynching.
Gosh, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people too. But anyway,
that's sad.
I had a friend ask me at Sawyer's birthday party what Jim Crow laws were. Jim Crow laws were a lot of what existed in the racism that went on back in before the 60s and supposedly ended in the 60s.
Yeah.
These were laws that were made to prevent the white and the black population to be equal.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a separate water fountain you drank from if you were black.
I know it.
You had a certain place you had to sit. You remember I told you what Billy Graham said when he preached over here at the field house in Warren Park? He himself got up and tore the ropes down. He said, I will never preach to a segregated audience anymore in my life.
Yes.
And he didn't. Okay.
I respect him for that.
Oh, let me tell you, you'd have to respect Billy Graham.
Oh, yeah.
There's so few perfect people on this earth, but he and Mother Teresa were two of the closest ones.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You thought I was going to say me, didn't you?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Come on.
Okay, we can do some jokes now if you want to.
All right. A boy is sitting on a bus, and he's eating one piece of chocolate after another. Just as soon as he eats one, he eats another piece.
So he's going to be good and hyper.
A man sits down, or I have to go to the bathroom.
No.
A man sits down next to him and says, eating so much chocolate is not healthy for you, boy. The boy said, my grandfather died when he was 112 years old. The man said, you think he became so old because he was eating lots of chocolate? The boy answered back, he became so old because he minded his own business. Now that was a smart boy.
It was. I like that answer.
Chocolate and all. A guy who's new to the neighborhood says to his neighbor, you live directly above me and have the same 2-room condo as I do. How many rolls of wallpaper did you buy when you moved in? We got 18 rolls, said the neighbor.
Right.
So 2 months later, the guy meets his neighbor again and he says, it's really funny. I put the wallpaper up and I still had 10 rolls left over. We did too. He just asked how many he bought.
Yeah.
Now who's
That's
big?
the answer he got.
Who's bigger, Mr. Bigger or Mr. Bigger's son?
Who's bigger, Mr. Bigger or Mr. Bigger's son? I have no idea.
It had to be the son because he's a little bigger.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, that's good. Okay, now listen to this one. A man who has spent his whole life away from civilization one day ventures into town to visit a friend.
Well, that's going to be funny just in its own right there.
He's never seen a train or the tracks they run on. And while he's standing there pondering what these tracks are, he hears a whistle, not knowing what it is, or that he should have moved away from the tracks. Predictably, when the train gets there, it hits him and he's thrown over to the side.
Have no sense to move, huh?
He's got minor internal injuries, a few broken bones, and a lot of bruises. He stays in the hospital a few weeks.
Well, he's lucky.
And he recovers, and so the friend invites him home with him to help him get well enough to go back home, wherever he was out in the wild. And in the kitchen, he suddenly hears a tea kettle whistling. He grabs a baseball bat out of the closet and goes to the kitchen and batters and bashes that tea kettle till it's an unrecognizable lump of metal. The friend, hearing of what he was doing, and rushed into the kitchen and he said, "Why'd you ruin my good tea kettle?"
Yeah, why would you do that?
Man, you got to kill these things while they're small.
Shoot. I'd say he kicked him out. Okay, you got time for one more. I bet he got kicked out after that.
These dumb blonde jokes. I'm glad nobody in my family's blonde.
Dumb blonde jokes are good usually.
One night, a blonde nun was praying in her room when God appeared before her. "My daughter, you have pleased me greatly. Your heart is full of love for your fellow creatures, and your actions and prayers are always for the benefit of others.
Okay.
I have come to you not only to thank and commend you, but to grant you anything you wish," said God.
Okay.
"Dear Heavenly Father, I am perfectly happy. I am a bride of Christ. I am doing what I love. I lack for nothing material, since the church supports me. I am content in all my ways," said the nun. "There must be something you would have of me," said God. "Well, there is one thing," said the nun. "Just name it," God said. "It's those blonde jokes. They're so demeaning to blondes everywhere, not just to me. I would like for blonde jokes to stop." "Consider it done," said God. "Blonde jokes shall be stricken from the minds of humans everywhere. But surely there's something that I could do just for you." "Well, there is one thing, but it's really small and not worth your time," said the nun.
Right.
God said, "Name it, please." "Well, it's the M&M," said the nun. "They're so hard to peel." Dumb blonde.
Peel, oh my God. Wow. She's a dumb blonde, all right. A dumb nun, too. But that's pretty good.
A little boy asked his grandmother how old she was.
This will be the last one.
39 and holding, she said.
Good answer.
He said, "How old would you be if you let go?"
You're not going to know because she's not going to tell you, is she? Those were good. All right, well, thanks for listening to us on WUAT Radio and for watching on Channel 18 Valley TV. And our next episode, remember, will be at the Senior Center. So be sure to join us for that on the next Albert and Billy show.
On Fraser Street.
That's right. So long, folks.
See you later.